January 27, 2008. 12-year-old Karissa Boudreau was reported missing from Bridgewater. Her body was found on the bank of the La Have River 2 weeks later. Following a 4-month investigation, police charged the girl's mother, 34-year-old Penny Boudreau, with first-degree murder. On January 30, 2009, Boudreau pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 20 years. Investigators learned she strangled her daughter because she believed the child was in the way of her relationship with her boyfriend. Penny Boudreau strangled 12-year-old daughter Karissa after Vernon Macomber, her boyfriend, threatened to end their affair because he did not get on with the girl. Boudreau drove her daughter to a deserted wooded area, knocked her to the ground and strangled her. The heartless mother ignored her terrified daughter's cries of "Mummy, don't," as she pinned her down and wrapped a rope around her neck. She then drove to a nearby river and pulled her daughter's trousers partly off to make it look as if she was the victim of a sex attack, before rolling her into the water. Penny Boudreau later claimed her daughter had gone missing after they had an argument and made TV appeals for her return. 2 weeks later, Karissa's body was found on the banks of the river. Penny Boudreau was caught by undercover officers posing as gangsters offering to destroy any evidence police had against her. She was charged with murder. Penny Boudreau broke down in tears in the courtroom in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, as she pleaded guilty to murder and said, "I'm sorry." Penny Boudreau pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was jailed for 20 years without parole. Relatives wept openly in the courtroom as Karissa's final hours were revealed by prosecutors. The court heard that the single mother moved in with her boyfriend Vernon Macomber. Macomber did not get on with the 12-year-old Karissa, and issued an ultimatum that either she went or he would end the relationship. Penny Boudreau chose to sacrifice her daughter's life. On returning home, she threw away some of Karissa's clothes to make it look like she had run away. She also called her boyfriend Vernon Macomber to tell him her daughter had gone missing. It is unclear if her boyfriend Vernon Macomber knew what she had done. The pair attended Karissa's funeral together. Police always suspected Penny Boudreau but had no evidence to charge her after Karissa's body was found in February 2008. Undercover investigators only learned the grisly details of the murder after a sting operation in which officers posed as organized crime bosses who convinced Penny Boudreau they could destroy whatever evidence the police might have against her. Penny Boudreau took the bait and began talking. She was charged with murder in June 2008. The judge, Justice Margaret Stewart, looking directly at Boudreau, told her, "You can never call yourself mother. The words, 'Mummy, don't,' are there to haunt you for the rest of your life." Woman admits she strangled daughter to keep boyfriend. "Mommy, don't," girl's last words revealed as Penny Boudreau sentenced. Penny Boudreau from Bridgewater, NS, handed a life sentence with no parole eligibility for 20 years for strangling her only child after her boyfriend gave her an ultimatum. Penny Boudreau, 34, pleaded guilty Friday to second-degree murder in the death of 12-year-old Karissa Boudreau. The girl's frozen body was found on the outskirts of Bridgewater on February 9, 2008, about 2 weeks after her mother reported her missing. Penny Boudreau, wearing a black t-shirt and jeans, told the court, "I'm sorry." When asked about the apology, Paul Boudreau, Karissa's father, said bluntly, "Crocodile tears. Justice has been served," he added. Justice Margaret Stewart, who handed down the sentence at the Nova Scotia Supreme Court in Bridgewater, said the horrible crime merited a harsh sentence. "You can never call yourself mother in conjunction with Karissa's name again," Stewart said. Karissa's relatives sobbed loudly as Crown Attorney Paul Scoville read out the grim details of the girl's final moments in an agreed statement of facts. The court heard that Boudreau's boyfriend, Vernon Macomber, told her she had to choose between him and her daughter if she wanted to save their relationship. Carried body to river. It was dark and snowy on January 27, 2008, when Penny Boudreau drove the girl to a remote spot on William Hebb Road in Hebbville, near Bridgewater. They got out of the car and argued. Penny Boudreau tackled her daughter, knelt on her chest and strangled her with a length of twine. Boudreau could feel the girl's hands digging into the ground as she struggled. Karissa's last words when her mother shoved her back and down before strangling her were, "Mommy, don't." Boudreau then put the body in the car and threw away the twine in a coffee cup. She drove to a spot along the Lahave River, and as she dragged the body, pulled down Karissa's pants to give the impression the girl had been sexually assaulted. She then rolled the body down an embankment. Penny Boudreau later tossed several pieces of Karissa's clothing in the garbage can at the local swimming pool. When she got home, she told police her daughter had run away. She also called friends and teachers to spread the story. Stewart had harsh words for Boudreau. The words, "Mommy, don't," from a trusting and loving Karissa are there to haunt you for the rest of your life, she said. Paul Boudreau, Karissa's dad, is still trying to comprehend what happened. Karissa was living with him at one point but moved to Bridgewater to be with her mother. "I can't call it anything other than a senseless act," said Boudreau, adding his ex-girlfriend had options. "Had I known this was going to happen, I would have never let her go back. But what parent is going to say, 'No, you can't go back and see your mother,'" he said. Penny Boudreau was charged with first-degree murder in June 2008. At the time, police said they believed Karissa knew her killer. Scoville said Penny Boudreau had two motives: to save her faltering relationship with Macomber and keep Karissa from publicly calling her a bad mother. He said he agreed to the lesser charge of second-degree murder to give the family some closure and avoid the uncertainty of a trial. Murder carries an automatic life sentence. Both the Crown and defense recommended parole eligibility after 20 years. "All in all, it was the right thing to do," Scoville said. As for Macomber, Scoville said there was no evidence he wanted his girlfriend to kill her daughter. He said Boudreau made it clear that she was solely responsible. "We suspected very strongly that he must have had an idea. But there was no evidence to suggest that he either had concrete evidence or assisted in any way," Scoville said. The grim truth of what happened to the girl came out as a result of an undercover police investigation. Penny Boudreau gave the details to officers posing as organized crime bosses, who said they could help her destroy evidence held by police. Karissa's story has gripped the small Nova Scotia community ever since her mother made a tearful plea at a news conference for her daughter's safe return. Penny Boudreau said they had had a fight in the parking lot of a grocery store, and when she came back to the car, Karissa was gone. Several searches of the area turned up no sign of the young girl. 2 weeks later, a passerby discovered Karissa's frozen body on the bank of the Lahave River. Paul Boudreau said he had suspicions about his ex-girlfriend from the moment Karissa was reported missing. "Any parent knows their child, and when a child does something way out of character, you know from day one it's not true," he said. Rumors had been circulating around Bridgewater, too. Wendy Rodenizer, a resident who helped organize this week's candlelight vigil, said the town is going to have an even tougher time healing now that the details of Karissa's death are out. "We'd heard some really vicious rumors at the beginning, and we didn't know what to believe," she said. "I will say one thing, I'm extremely impressed with the investigators in this." Senior officers with the RCMP and local police say hardened investigators were reduced to tears during their long undercover inquiry. Though Penny Boudreau was sentenced to life with no eligibility for parole for 20 years, she can apply for early parole after 15 years under what is known as the faint hope clause of the Criminal Code. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you get notifications anytime we post new videos. Also remember to like, share and leave a comment on this issue. Thank you.